Karna Sutra and Mrityu Sutra. We know, based on modern engineering drawing, first of all, before drawing any drawing or before any construction, we are drawing two lines, x-axis and y-axis, which divides the plane into four. In Veda also they are doing such things. After drawing the x-axis and y-axis and fixing the center, etc. This center is called origin. In Veda it is called the Brahma Sutra, that we Brahma Sthan. And the x-axis is called the Brahma Sutra, y-axis is called Yama Sutra. Only the difference is in the names. In English they call it as first and x-axis and y-axis, and the four portions as first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. In Veda they will call they calls this x-axis as Brahma Sutra, y-axis as Yama Sutra, and the four portions as Vayu Kon, Ishana Kon, Fire Kon or Agni Kon or Niryadi Kon. Only difference is in their names. The same thing what we are doing in engineering drawing and in modern mathematics. So if you divide a plane by two axes, we will get four places, four parts. They are named differently. They named based on the characteristics at the time of sunrise. In modern Vedas, in Vedas, they give the name based on the characteristics at the time of sunrise. We know we are actually dividing the plane to draw something. For example, for construction of some building. So we are constructing the building at the center. So it blocks the flow of air across it. Flow of not only the air, sunlight also. So their characteristic may change. These four quadrants possess different characteristics. That everything we have already seen in the last uploads. Now, in modern engineering drawing, after drawing these two x-axis and y-axis, they will also draw the diagonal. In a modern maths, that is very important. So these are the diagonals. They will draw the diagonal, x-axis, y-axis, named it as Brahma Sutra and Yama Sutra. Then they draws two lines in 45 degree. That is called diagonal. In modern maths, we call it as diagonal. No separate names are not given. Two diagonals. But in Veda, Vedic maths, they give different names to these two. That is the only difference. For example, this diagonal, this diagonal that is between this water cone. Water cone means Ishana cone. and this Niryadi cone. This Ishana cone and this Niryadi cone. This diagonal, they named it as Karna Sutra. Karna Sutra, Karna means diagonal. So they gave the same name, Karna Sutra. That means it is the one diagonal. It passes through this Ishana cone and the Niryadi cone. That is between northeast direction corner and west south southwest corner. This is Niryadi Karna Sutra. Karna means diagonal. Then there is another diagonal, this one. They also want to give it another name. But in modern maths we call it as diagonal, two diagonals. So their name is as Mrityu Sutra. Why they call it as Mrityu Sutra? Because it is passing through this fire cone and this air cone, Vayu cone. Fire and air. When they combine, fire will take place. For burning, Vayu also is required. Burning means destruction. So the best name, the suitable name is Mrityu Sutra. Mrityu means death. So they call it as Death Sutra, because burning means it completely destroy the thing. If air and fire combines, it will burn the thing completely. So destruction. So they name it as Mrityu Sutra. This is only for remembering such things easily. So when we see Agni, this fire and Vayu, this diagonal, we can easily imagine it may be Mrityu Sutra, because burning. So to remember easily, they gave certain names based on the considering all such things. So there are two diagonals in modern maths also. There are two diagonals. We call it as diagonals, but in Vedic maths they call it as, or Vastu Shastra, anything, they call it as Mrityu Sutra and Karna Sutra. So nothing is special in this case. Everything is that we studies in the engineering colleges or in mathematics classes. They first mark the center, that is Brahmastan. They then draw a line, horizontal line, that is called x-axis. So the first line is in Veda they call it as Brahma Sutra. So because this is the first line we are drawing through the Brahmastan. Then there is a vertical line. We call it as in modern maths we call it as y-axis. They call it as Yama Sutra. The reason we have already seen. Then they will draw two diagonals. They call it a diagonal, but here they call it that Karna Sutra and Mrityu Sutra. So altogether there are 4 lines with total 8 ends. That is 8 directions. Actually, we are at present we are also, these are the standard direction: north, south, east, west, northwest, northeast, east, southeast, southwest. So there are due to this division we got several things. One is origin, then x-axis, y-axis, diagonals, another 2 diagonals. There's total 4. Here Brahma Sutra, Yama Sutra, Mritya Sutra, Karna Sutra. There are 4 quadrants: first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Here they will call it as Agni cone, fire cone, Ishana cone, Vayu cone, air cone, and earth or Niryati cone. So these diagonal shows the 8 directions: north, south, east, west, northwest, northeast, southeast, and southwest.